could even find me. They just find 3/8 and niggas like me. I'm up when sun's up, the gold shining. Sure you love a bit of...
Right, sweet. Welcome back to the King's Court MMA. We are here with Brazilian-born, Leeds resident, 2-0, amateur, lightweight, phenom, Lucas Carvalho.
Yes.
Lucas, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, brother. Very well. We're here, obviously, IMA. This is where you call home at the moment.
Yes, yes. This is home. This is family. Never been so looked after in a single place as I've been here, and the improvement, it just shows. You know what I mean?
Come on, come on. Obviously, you've been doing bits, obviously, on the amateur scene. We've seen your last 2 fights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the black with red 411 shorts as he takes on IMA's debuting Lucas Carvalho.
Oh, big right hand flattens him. Wow, that's got to be the fastest knockout
Ever. I'm not, what, 3 seconds? 3 seconds, maybe.
Unbelievable shot from Lucas Carvalho. Straight right hand down the pipe as Olmut came in. Wow.
I don't think Lucas realizes that he's actually had his fight. I think he's in the corner getting ready. Wow. One shot. Doesn't know where he is. Wow. There's some power in them there hands.
Absolutely.
Starters, but let's go a little bit back in terms of getting into MMA. Were you into MMA previously before you even came to the UK, or was the love of MMA come from Leeds, really?
So, I've always liked fighting in general.
Okay.
I used to be that kid in school. You know what I mean? But I never used to fight out of anger. I never had a tear rolling down my eye or anything like that. I would get in, start little fights because I just really enjoyed fighting.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Started capoeira in Brazil when I was 4 till about 6.
Yeah.
My dad always pushed me towards that, always helped me. So, yeah, I've just always loved the idea of fighting.
Yeah.
At the time, MMA wasn't so big, so I didn't even know there was a way to do that.
Yeah.
So sometimes in primary school in Brazil, I used to be like to my friends, oh, after school, let's just meet up here and just have a little bit of a fight, but not for real, just a fight.
Yeah.
It never turns out well, especially being in Brazil. Did that in the UK when I first came, got in trouble so fast. Got beatings when I got home from my parents. Never again. But then, yeah, got into Thai boxing after that for about 6-7 years, then left and went to boxing for about 6-7 years. And then I found this place and I was like, yeah, who can I get my grappling to be the best with?
Yeah.
I thought Liam Cann, been here 3 years. I did a bit of wrestling and jiu-jitsu for a year or 2 before that.
Okay.
So it's an all-rounder, do you know what I mean? Just always loved fighting.
That's it. And you tend to find, well, maybe 10 years ago, people have come into MMA with maybe just one sort of specialism. Yeah. But yourself, obviously, the capoeira, the Thai boxing, the boxing itself, you seem to picked up a few styles sort of thing, and then, an all-round martial artist, really and truly.
See, with myself, in Brazil, Vale Tudo was always a thing there. Yeah. So my dad was like, look, if you're going to learn to fight, you're not going to be just throwing punches because someone takes you out. In Brazil, people on the street are just kind of more well-rounded fighters per se. So it's ever since I was a kid, my dad was always on top of me, forcing me to grapple against a huge grown man. So it would bring me to the point of panic at 5 years of age. But then now that I look back at it, there's a reason when people are on top of me, I don't panic. I'm cool as a cucumber, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just how it is.
Come on.
Being prepared for this for a long time.
That's it. And then talk to me about capoeira, because it's a different style of martial arts. Obviously, you don't see a lot of people in the UK and in the US that do that style. It's obviously prominent in Brazil, sort of thing. What is that style based upon? And it's almost like a dance, isn't it, between two people? Yeah. But
so the history behind capoeira is when Brazil was a colony of Portugal, a lot of African slaves and Indio slaves. Indio stands for Native Brazilians.
Okay, got you.
A lot of Native Brazilians and black slaves were put together, and when they were preparing for escape and stuff like that, they needed to train, right?
Yeah.
But we weren't allowed to do anything in regards to training because they would see that as an uprising. Yeah. So what they did, the only thing they were allowed to do was dance.
Okay.
And so they turned a form of training into a dance that when they needed it, they would already be trained because they've been doing it for so long, been dancing this way for so long. Yeah. And so a martial art became a dance, a deadly dance, you can say. But nowadays, I think it's really, just like gymnastics and stuff, it's really good to get to know how to move your body and stuff. Like ever since I did that as a kid, it's just prepared me for everything else. Any sport I choose to do, I know how to move my body well because I did that as a kid. And it's just like, I know how to move my body. When I'm doing things, when I'm learning something, I'm not saying, oh, how do I move my feet to do this? I'm saying, I'm going to do that. And then my body just does it. Just because I know how to move my body as well. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, fair play. So probably it's a skill that a lot of people don't have, sort of thing, because you've trained it, you've learned from it as well. So, okay. Can we see that obviously maybe coming out in some of your fights in?
Yeah, 100%. The flow, that's what I think is important. You know, Bruce Lee said, be like water. I don't think there's a martial art on earth that's more be like water than capoeira. But capoeira by itself is not enough. So when you mix aspects of capoeira, which is flowing, full rotation, into things like boxing, which requires full hip rotation, but requires you to be loose the whole time. Thai boxing, which requires you to be firm, but to move around, mix it with boxing, be fluid. When it all comes together, you get a deadly force that can move and knock people out when you need to. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, come across like a proper student of the art, man. I love that. And so obviously for your fight camps, do you do your full fight camps here, or do you go to other places?
I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
So every Monday I'm at my boxing gym because that's where I love Thai boxing. I did it for 6 years, but my hardest sessions was in boxing. The place where I learned to take beats was in boxing because in boxing it's like you have to figure yourself out. You're either here to be a fighter or you're not here to be a fighter. You're here to just mess around. So the hardest conditioning sessions I do is probably at boxing, Monday, 6 p.m. after already doing two sessions that day. But then I'm here for all my MMA stuff. I do Thai boxing sparring and a bit of Thai boxing elsewhere. And I do PTs with other people, different places. And strength and conditioning I do at Ultraflex.
Fair play. So do you do this full time then? Is this?
Yeah. So I've been doing this full time now for about 3 years now.
Oh wow.
It's always been my dream to be an MMA fighter. Like I always knew. I dropped out of uni. I was already basically training full time previously, just never 2-3 times a day. Not every day because everyone needs to rest, but 2-3 times a day in terms of when I am supposed to do that. When I'm here, it's like it's not always hard sessions, but there's theory sessions. There's technique sessions, advanced techniques, sparring, strength and conditioning. I just get that much more time to learn, and my progress is it's so quick. I can't be more grateful for the people that have been around me in this gym. Liam Cann, who's given me the means to be able to train full time. Of course, I work a part-time job as a bartender on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we're men at the end of the day. Until I'm making money from it, I've got to bring money in somehow. So what I mean,
come on, you're committed to this game. I love that. And you mentioned obviously Liam Cann a couple of times. Obviously, he's well respected within the game, within his jiu-jitsu game as well. Trains the likes of George Staines, comes here a lot of the times, as well as other Bellator, UFC people. How important is he to your growth within the sport?
So, when I first started, it was back in Scramble, when Liam Cann was still in Scramble.
Yeah.
When I'd been to a few MMA gyms before, when I was doing grappling before I went to Liam Cann, I'd been to a few places and it would just be too much jiu-jitsu, or it would be like, you'd say MMA gym, but it would just be a jiu-jitsu gym that like has one striking session a week. Do you know what I mean? Nothing MMA specific, and no one enthusiastic about new stuff. I found myself lusting for more. Like I wanted more. I wanted to find a coach who's as enthusiastic about everything as I am. Like I watch all the fights every time a fight comes out. When Islam fights, I watch the techniques he's doing. When McGregor counters a shot, I watch how he sets up the distance. And I think it's important that your coach or the person who's there to go along that journey with you has got that same mindset. And he's my trainer. He keeps me accountable, and he's a nerd in the squad as well. he's just got all the details and everything. He's like a little scientist for this. So it's amazing with him, with his intellectuality and my tenacity, my mindset, and just my athleticism. And my willingness to grow and learn and listen is just, when you mix that together, it's just a very destructive path. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, I love that.
We've also got Mateus, 4-time world champion Thai boxing. So anytime I'm like, Mateus, I know I've been striking a long time, but it's a different level. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, Mateus, What do you think of this? He says, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's not good. Do this instead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just got a perfect team here. We've got Liam Cann, one of the best black belts in the UK, in my opinion. We've got 4-time Thai boxing world champion. What more could you ask for? We've got Josh Taylor.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Matisse is a beast as well. He's a beast, and he's even educated me here. I don't live too far from IMA.
Yeah.
I always thought IMA was just jits. That's what I thought it was. But now coming here, see, you've opened my eyes, brother. Like,
so Monday mornings, Friday mornings, we've got pro sessions.
Yeah.
That's where like people like George Staines, people like Matt Diakese come in,
Yes.
like big names come in, and me having that ability to train with people like that, just compare where my level is at compared to the top of the level of sport, definitely just shows me, look, a couple more years you'll be up there too.
Come on. Come on. Now you're obviously 2-0, amateur at the moment in time. 2 finishes, 2 first-round finishes.
Yeah.
Like it's silly. It's silly, brother.
For Carvalho.
Oh, heavy ground and pound. This is for Carvalho.
Oh,
this is the beginning of the end there. There's the tap from
looking in,
strikes.
that's your TKO.
Beautiful work from Lucas Carvalho. Remember the name because this guy is dangerous.
Yeah, one minute.
Is it hard getting fights? Obviously, you got your fight coming up on November the 9th, isn't it,
And
Kingdom?
then I've got another one in December booked already as well.
Okay. So
I don't have the luxury of taking a fight, waiting for that fight to be over, and then hopefully find another fight. Because I've been about 6-7 months without a fight, but I've been consistently in cuts.
I see.
Because I've been told, right, look, we're matching you for this show. No one accepts, but I've been training as if I'm going to fight in that show. So my progress has been, like an upwards graph. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've just been going up higher and higher, and I'm getting better and better and better. And it's just going to show. Got tough competition coming up on November. I don't underestimate anybody.
Yeah.
And that shows in my performances. My first fighter, didn't underestimate him. My first opponent, I knocked him out in 5 seconds. Second opponent, didn't underestimate him. Knocked him out in a minute 10. Made him tap out the strikes. My third opponent now, not underestimating him. Gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna come out, bring intensity like people don't really see nowadays.
Come on.
Like, you're looking at a true born warrior. Do you know what I mean? I just want to go in there, fight, show my skills.
Love that. And do you know much about him at all?
I know about him.
Okay.
I've watched his stuff, tape study.
Yeah.
I'm confident that no one comes in with the same mindset as me. Like I'm not coming in to have fun. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know he's looking to, as Mike Tyson says, he's looking to strip me of my health. I'm looking to stop him for doing that. I'm coming in there, before I jump in the cage, I pray both times. I say, look, protect me, bless me, protect him, bless him. And as soon as I step in that cage, I put his health and my health in the hands of God. And then I step in to release intensity, do you know what I mean? I'm raring to go, I'm itching. Fighting is what I love to do.
Yeah.
And to be able to do it legally and be able to just put my hands on someone, it's just like win-win situation.
That's it. And eventually, obviously, getting paid more and more to do it.
Exactly.
So.
And the thing is as well, like, I want to take the hard fights. That's for any of the top fighters in the amateur. This is the amateur game. I'm not looking to pad my record in the amateurs. I'm looking to take the hard fights, test myself, make the weight cuts, see as much as I can learn. Of course, you can learn from a win, but you can never learn from a win as much as you can learn from a loss, you see.
That's true.
And I'm not scared of taking a loss. I'll fight anyone, and I'll bring my full A game to everyone. The pro game's a different story. Pro game, at that point, it's win. In the amateur game, I'm just looking to learn, and challenge myself, push myself to the brim, and that's what I'll be doing.
I like that. I like that mentality, man. I like it. And obviously, you're fighting at 70 kg. Is that the plan for your whole amateur career, to stay at that weight class, or are you? Yeah.
So my fight in December was initially meant to be for 70. Guy asked for 72. I don't mind. My second fight was a 74. I was ready to make 72, 70. I don't mind. I just want my fights.
Yeah.
As long as it's relatable. Do you know what I mean? If it's silly, like a middleweight's coming down to welterweight, or a welterweight's not even trying to get to my weight class, then I won't do it. Unless I'm fighting for a title. Any of you welterweights want to give me a title? Do you know what I mean? I'll come up. But other than that, yeah.
Nice. And
I just want to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking to pad my record. I'm looking to build my skills. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it. And obviously, what's the roadmap then? Do you already have you and your team have an idea of how many amateur fights you wanna have before you go pro, or is it just see how
I'm
things
looking
go?
to have around 8 to 12 fights amateur
Yeah.
and a title, at least.
Come on.
And turn pro within the next year and 6 months.
Yeah.
I've been doing martial arts my whole life, so it's not like I'm rushing anything. I've been doing Thai boxing for 7 years, boxing for 6 years, 7 years, capoeira 2-3 years before that.
Yeah.
I know how the sport is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Fair play. I love that. I was looking at your socials as well, and you posted like a video of yourself training with the comment, and I'll read this out. It says, "Finding the chaos aren't an accident. Creating angles aren't a natural talent. Everything has to be trained, drilled until it becomes instinct, until it seems natural." Talk us through that, because it seems like a whole like nature versus nurture sort of mindset. Talk us through what your ideology is really on that.
My ideology is, we always see these brutal guys come out and they're dominating the game for a couple of years, and then they get knocked out, and then people figure them out and it's not working anymore. I think God blessed me with a body and a heart of a monster. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's up to me to nurture my mind, and to bring my body to a point where I don't have to think. I'm just reacting. That is where the knockouts come from. You can't go in there and be like, I'm just going to throw my hardest shots and hope he gets knocked out. No, the shot that knocks you out is the one you don't see coming.
Yeah.
So I create those angles, I drill those angles, so that when I'm there in the fight, I don't have to think about where my feet are going to go. My feet move and my hands hit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just one of those. It's like, press me forward. You'll never catch me without me expecting you to catch me. I've been fighting a long time. I've never been knocked out, never been dropped. And I think it's mainly to the body. Everyone gets dropped to the body every once in a while.
Yeah.
But to the chin, I think it's important that you drill technique to where it becomes second nature. I think technique's the most important thing. After that, it's athleticism. And after that, it's strength. For me, personally.
Okay.
And I just so happen to be getting all of them, leveling them all up equally.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice.
Knockouts don't happen by accident.
Yeah.
Knockouts are practiced. Knockouts are drilled.
Come on. I think that separates a lot of the top amateurs, the top pros from the rest, really. It's that mindset, that mentality, and it seems that you got that, brother. Like, I love that.
Man.
You obviously mentioned God a few times. Obviously, you're a believer. I'm a believer as well, and so are the people that run this channel. Talk us through how important that is for you in the fight game, really.
Yeah, man. Listen, Jesus Christ is my savior.
Come on.
Do you know what I mean?
Amen.
The Father blesses me. I go into every fight knowing it could be. I'm really going in there expecting to die sometimes. I go in there knowing it could be. I could get landed on.
Yeah.
And it could be my last time out ever. So I go in there happy, content with my place with God. God gives me a mentality where it's like, win or lose, I'm still blessed with Him. If I lose everything in the world and I'm living outside in the streets, I'm happy. I have joy because I have God with me. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So I think it's important to have that for myself. I'm not saying everyone needs that, but for me, it zones me in. It zones me in knowing that I've got such a great entity, such a greatness behind me, with me. And I know there are other people who believe that fight as well. So I'm not one of those hypocrites that will go in there and be like, God, bless me, make me win. No. I say, God bless us both, protect us both. And my hard work should show for it. My hard work should bless me. And the blessings of God after that. It's just putting it all in the hands of God and going forward, you know what I mean?
Come on. Love that, brother. Love that. Obviously, November 9th. Any predictions? I don't know if you like to give predictions sort of thing, but any predictions? Don't want to give away any plans or whatever?
Look, people think I'm a striker, right? People think I'm just a striker. I'll grapple with the grapplers and I'll strike with the strikers, you know what I mean? Don't leave your chin in the air. Don't leave your chin in the air. Don't leave your legs for sure. Do you know what I mean? I'll take you down and I'll submit you. Don't give me limbs. Don't stand up and leave your chin in the air because I'll take you back down with the chest, with a shot. Do you know what I mean?
Come on.
I'm an all-rounder. I'll come in looking to just dominate. I don't train to win. I train to dominate. And to dominate, I've got to be comfortable everywhere. So if I get taken down, you'll see my ground game. If you stand up, you'll see my striking. If things start going bad anywhere, I'll do what needs to be done. I'll adapt in a moment, because that's another thing I think for the top fighters, you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to lose round 1, lose round 2, and knock them out in round 3. Do you know what I mean? You need to be able to do stuff.
Come on. Lucas, it's been refreshing, man. It's been refreshing. I've enjoyed speaking to you today, man. All the best, obviously, for November the 9th. Any sponsors or anybody you want to shout out, I'll give you the floor.
I don't have any sponsors at the moment. Okay. I am close to finishing a deal with a specific sponsor, but until that's closed, won't be mentioning anything anytime soon. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a couple of sponsors after this fight. All leading up to this fight. But yeah, 2 weeks out, feeling a bit drained now. But 2 weeks out, we'll get the job done again.
Come on, Lucas Carvalho. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about that. Left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know, so